Happy Monday. I had a good friend of many years call last night. Why I'm a little puffy, I didn't get a lot of sleep. So he and I met in the chemo suites. He was getting chemo next to me, and we would chat every week for a very long time. And great guy, he's a veteran. I think the world of him, just a good fella. A veteran, he was a teacher, he's a musician, great guy. We never were anything more than just buddies, that's it. So he knows, since I've been there, done that, and he knows what I do for a living. He called last night. They found a new mass on a CT. Not good. And he's going in for a PET scan and additional testing, and he's not happy. I wouldn't be happy either, so that's okay. Now the problem lies in why he's unhappy. Of course, he's unhappy that they found a new mass. I mean, that goes without being said. He's refusing treatment. He does not want chemo. He does not want radiation. He doesn't want surgery. He wants them to leave him the hell alone. I totally get that. Totally. I understand where he's coming from. And that's his right. As a patient, you have the right to say, no, I'm done. However, the reason is he has beautiful hair, his hair's about a little longer, not quite as long as mine. He doesn't want to lose his beautiful hair. Chemo and radiation cause wrinkles, and he doesn't want to live to be 80. Well, those are reasons I have not heard for quite some time. I usually hear I don't want to do treatment because I'm afraid of being sick. I'm alone. I'm scared. I can't afford it. Those are the reasons I hear, pretty much several times a week. And all of those can be managed. And I am here for everybody. However, my dear friend, and he would be the first to admit this, is one of the most superficial people God ever put on this earth. God love him. I mean, it's just him. I know this about him. He knows it about him. Everybody knows this about him. He's into looks. He's into fitness, clean eating. He loves his hair care and getting his hair done and going for Botox and Restylane, the whole bit. And he doesn't want to face, I don't want to say his mortality, because he was a veteran. I mean, he's faced combat. But he doesn't want to face not looking his best. We all have days that we look like something in the cat pan. Today, I look like that. This is not one of my better days. I do the best I can to mitigate the damages and look civilized. But he's serious. He said, no, I don't want to live to be 80. There's not enough Botox and fillers in the world when you're 80. Well, no, but there are other things. And some people age so beautifully. Oh my gosh. They look better than ever when they're, with the gray and silver hair, and, give it a shot. See, give it a shot. See what happens. But no, he won't. And this worries me for him. It worries me because he's putting his looks over his health and well-being. And that bothers me. I love to look nice. I try. Trust me, I really try to look pretty every day. Even on weekends, I put makeup on. Because, I see patients every day. I want to look nice. He takes it to the extreme. I mean, yesterday, I wore a little bit of makeup, not the full garb, but I, wore a little bit of makeup so I wouldn't scare anybody. And it was fine. I had my hair up in a bun part of the day. It was great. He's the type, he doesn't want a hair out of place. He wants perfection. He doesn't want scars on his body. And that's kind of carrying it to an unhealthy extreme. And I will continue to talk to him. And, I told him, I'm here. He knows that after all these years. He knows I'm here. And he trusts me. And I told him, we can do alternative medicine. We can do the Reiki. And I know some great alternative medicine, holistic, Ayurvedic docs out there. And he said no. No. And it's just, it worries me. He's such a dear, sweet person. He's not depressed. It's just, this is how he believes. We all have the right to believe whatever we believe. We have the right to feel whatever we feel. And we have the right to change our mind. And I'm going to be the biggest pain in his ass that he has ever seen, hoping he will change his mind. Not all chemos are harsh and horrible. I mean, they're not fun. But maybe there's one out there that he won't lose his hair. You know, I can deal, as far as the nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fatigue, I can manage that part for him. I cannot, you know, the hair loss, you're kind of on your own. That's a chemical thing. But that's, you know, that's sad. It's very, very sad. When you have a patient that is AMA, which means they're going against medical advice, it's hard. Because as the treater, we want the very best for you and for your family. And sometimes the patient doesn't want that for themselves. Maybe they're just tired of fighting the fight. Maybe they just don't have anything to live for. Well, we can work with that. You know, there's a lot that can be done. But it's just very unfortunate when people decide to go against medical advice. And I'm not talking, you know, when they're saying, well, we need to put you on something to lower your lipids. I'm not talking about that. We're talking chemotherapy. That would be like a doctor telling you you need a lung transplant, bypass surgery, and you saying, nah, I think I'll pass. You know what your future is going to hold. And I don't think my friend has realized how unpleasant that will be. You know, fine, he doesn't want the treatment and all that. Well, as the cancer progresses, things get ugly. And it does take a toll on your looks. So I'm going to stay on him, don't worry. But I just wanted to share this. You know, people go against medical advice all the time. And it's very hard. For me, if I was told my cancer was back, my first response is to cry. I do that very well. My second response is to say, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out now. I don't care what you have to remove, get the cancer out of me. Would I do chemo and radiation again? Probably. You know, and I have said in the past I wouldn't, but I probably would. I mean, I love Eric, and he would just nag me, you know, forever if I didn't. Yeah, I have a son, I have a beautiful granddaughter, and, you know, I want to be around for 30 more years. You know, I'm 62. I have 30 more years of healing people in my future, and I'm not going to give up on that. I'm not going to walk away from you guys just because of cancer, please. But not everybody's like that. If I'm talking to a doc at this point, docs and nurses, if we have a patient that wants to play the AMA card, that's their right. Don't be mean and say, then I'm not going to treat you. Don't be like that. Because they may say no today, they may say no tomorrow, but the day after, they may give you a call and say, let's talk. So don't, you know, don't let your ego get the best of you. Always leave them a door to come back. Just give them time to think and to process. It's a lot to process. To families, if you have a loved one and they say no, that's their choice. That's their right. Do not yell at them. Do not scream at them. Do not threaten them. Don't say, well, you're not going to see the grandkids, or we're not coming over, you know, for Easter or Christmas or whatever. Don't be like that. Love them. Support them. Calmly talk with them. Understand why they are saying no. That's the main thing. Across the board. Why are they saying no? Are they afraid? Are they afraid of the cost? Are they afraid of the side effects? find out the why before you start belittling someone. And if you're a patient and you've been diagnosed and you don't want to go down this path, I want you to call me. I want you to reach out to me, okay? Because I want to know why. I'm not going to try and coerce you into doing something you don't want to do. I want to know why. And we're going to explore this together, the why, so that you really understand what you're doing. You know, are you afraid of the cost? They do have, clinical trials that are a little less expensive. Some of the pharmaceutical companies have programs for, to lessen the cost. There are options out there, okay? And we're going to look at those. If you're worried about the side effects, I understand. I've been there. But we can handle that. I can handle that for you. So we can talk about this. If you're just exhausted, you've had cancer before, and you are just tired of the fight, I understand. Let's talk. I'm not going to coerce you. I just want you to know I understand, and you can talk to me about it. Okay? Cancer sucks. There's no two ways about it. If you have to face the battle, face it armed with knowledge. I don't mean Wikipedia. Actual knowledge. Healthcare providers that care, that have information to share with you. Face it with your family, your church, your friends, your neighbors, whomever it is. And you always have me. I'm always in your corner, whatever way you decide. I will be on my friend's butt continually. In a very loving, gentle way. He's pretty set in his ways. He is who he is, and that's fine. I just don't want to lose another friend to cancer. I've lost enough. We all have. Just wanted to share. Love to hear your thoughts on this. And I will talk to you later. Have a good Monday.